In 1983, a rural town in Queensland, Australia appeared on official government maps. By 1986, it didn't. No announcement, no evacuation order, no public record of why. This is the Unfound Folder of Wittenoom. Wittenoom sits in the Pilbara region of Western Australia, roughly 900 kilometers north of Perth. It was never meant to be permanent. The town was established in 1947 as a company settlement for the Colonial Sugar Refining Company, which operated blue asbestos mines in the nearby Wittenoom Gorge. At its peak in the 1950s, the population reached approximately 20,000 people. Blue asbestos, or crocidolite, was in high demand. It was fire-resistant, strong, and used in everything from building insulation to brake pads. Wittenoom's mines produced more than half the world's supply. Workers were not informed of the health risks. By the late 1950s, medical professionals began documenting cases of asbestosis and mesothelioma among miners and their families. The fibers were microscopic, airborne, carried home on clothing, embedded in soil, present in playground dust. The mine closed in 1966. The town did not. Wittenoom continued to exist as a small community. Residents stayed. Tourists visited the gorges. The post office remained open. But the government had already begun making decisions that would remove Wittenoom from official existence. What follows is not a sudden disaster. It is a slow administrative erasure. In 1978, the Western Australian government issued formal health warnings about asbestos contamination in Wittenoom. Residents were advised to leave. Some did, most didn't. There is no record of compensation offers at this time. In 1979, the Shire of Ashburton, which governed the region, officially downgraded Wittenoom's status. It was no longer classified as a town site under state planning law. This meant no new infrastructure, no maintenance funding, no water or power upgrades. Existing services continued, but only because private agreements were still in place. A small detail in the municipal record, the word town was replaced with locality. By 1983, official road maps published by the Royal Automobile Club of Western Australia still showed Wittenoom clearly marked. Road signs leading to the gorge remained standing. Tourism brochures featured the area. Camping was permitted. No barriers were erected. By 1986, Wittenoom no longer appeared on most government-issued maps. It was not announced in news bulletins. There was no press release. Cartographers simply removed the name from updated editions. Some independent maps continued to show it. Road signs began to disappear. In 1992, the state government discontinued water supply to Wittenoom. Residents who remained were forced to truck in their own water or rely on rainwater tanks. Electricity remained connected through private agreements with individual households. At this point, the population was estimated at 75 people. In 2006, the government officially closed Wittenoom, though no legal mechanism for closing a town existed in Australian law at the time. What this meant in practice, the town site was degazetted, erasing it from official land records. All street names were removed from the state's geographic database. The post office shut down. The police station closed. The only school had already been abandoned years earlier. Residents were offered financial assistance to relocate. Some accepted. Others refused. A question not answered in the file. What happens to people who remain in a place that no longer legally exists? In 2007, the main access road to Wittenoom, Wittenoom Road, was officially closed by the state government. However, it was not barricaded. Tourists continued to visit. Travelers continued to drive through. In archived forums from the mid-2000s, travelers described passing through the area. Some mentioned seeing homes with lights on. Others noted intact street curbs and faded road markings. One post from 2008 reads, "We stopped for fuel. No station, but a man was there. He didn't say much, just pointed us back to the highway. There is no photograph attached." In 2013, the last standing road sign marking the turnoff to Wittenoom was removed by the state government. Officially, this was done to discourage visitors from entering a contaminated zone. Unofficially, it erased the final public acknowledgement that the town had ever existed. According to the 2021 Australian census, Wittenoom's population was recorded as 0, but census data is self-reported. In 2022, a local news outlet published an interview with a man named Mario Hartman, who had lived in Wittenoom since 1984. He stated he had no intention of leaving. The article was brief. No follow-up was published. A search of municipal records shows no evidence of eviction orders filed against individuals in Wittenoom after 2007. Google Earth imagery from 2024 shows structures still standing in the area formerly known as Wittenoom. Streets are visible, foundations remain. Some buildings appear intact. The imagery is low resolution. Street view is not available. No government agency has confirmed whether anyone currently resides there. Several elements of this case remain absent from the official record. There is no public archive documenting how many people declined relocation assistance. There is no central database listing the names of residents who remained after the town site was degazetted. Medical records linking asbestos exposure to deaths in Wittenoom are sealed under privacy law. The total number of asbestos-related deaths connected to the town is estimated between 1,000 and 2,500, but no definitive figure exists. Environmental testing of the area continues sporadically, but contamination levels are not published in real time. The last verified photograph of a resident living in Wittenoom appeared in a news article from 2013. Since then, nothing. Wittenoom is not hidden. It is not fenced off. It is not classified. You can still find it on satellite images. You can still drive there, though the roads are unmarked and unmaintained. But for all official purposes, Wittenoom does not exist. It does not appear on electoral rolls. It is not part of any service delivery zone. It has no postal code. It cannot be used as a legal address. If someone were to be born there today, the birth certificate could not list Wittenoom as the place of birth. The government's reasoning is clear. Asbestos contamination made the area uninhabitable, and removing the town from maps discourages visitation. But the method raises questions. Can a government erase a place by simply stopping recognition of it? If people remain, do they still legally reside somewhere? And if a town is removed from every map, every database, every official document, does it become unfound or just forgotten? This is File UF6. If you're familiar with cases where places, records, or people have been quietly removed from official systems, the folder remains open. Until next time.